everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Today I have here Viru from DDN with Data Intelligence and Ashok from M2M Tech. Would you like to begin, Viru, to speak about the partnership that we do have?
Sure, this is Viru, and I'm a big fan of M2M Tech. What Ashok has done in the last few years has been amazing. What Jennifer has interacted with our teams at GTC has been amazing. We have not just gone to market together, but we've also thought about the right solution for our customers, the right applications at the agentic level as well as at the edge level and the cloud and the on-prem solutions that we can bring to market together. This is what the customer needs right now, and I think you agree, Ashok, that our relationship is really going well in that direction.
Yeah. Thanks, Viru. This is Ashok from M2M Tech. I am the CEO, founder of this organization. We met Viru at Scale AI conference past year, and he saw our Mia Spark, what we displayed there. So that interested his curiosity, and we got connected. And then we started discussing about various solutions and products for what we can work together with DDN. So DDN has been a leader on the storage space, but they have been doing excellent job on the data processing, AI layer, all of that. So we saw a natural fit in what they have been doing and what we are trying to put together, because we are trying to enable edge as a new data source, and DDN is very interested to see how they can keep adding new data sources into what they do, right? So that's where we saw the perfect fit, and we are trying to go together on market for where we see industry solutions can be put together. Yeah.
Thank you. That was a really great explanation of the partnership between DDN and M2M Tech. So to focus on today's topic, will be on physical AI and edge AI. Currently in the market, we do see physical AI deployments beginning to move into factory settings, manufacturing, utilities, transportation. In assessing that, do you see any bottlenecks today in that implementation on the market?
Well, a lot of companies have been doing experiments, small POCs, pilots. So the first bottleneck is really in that because, they take a long time to experiment, and therefore getting into production is a problem for them. They have to skill up their people. They have to ensure that the agents are safe and reliable and responsible in terms of use of AI. And it has to be really performant, really high efficiency so that it brings the total cost of ownership down. Today, people assume that it's going to be super expensive. It's going to be really hard to do. It's going to be time consuming. It's going to really bring them down in that sense. So they are a little bit hesitant, and that perception has to go away. We need to focus on showing production scale solutions very quickly to them in the market, depending on their domain, right? Where they want to focus and what they want to do.
And on that respect, I know DDN has been introducing multiple industry pipelines. So maybe you want to little bit touch upon that, Viru?
Sure. When we first started off, we thought about financial services as an obvious one. Everybody needs risk reduction over there. So that was our first pipeline. Then we also went into healthcare, with drug discovery being a big impact for large initiatives across the globe. And then we thought about RAG implementations, which are necessary for you to talk to your data. And then we thought about video-related application, video search and summarization, making it really easy for all industries to leverage multimodal input coming in, with video being a big asset that they want to leverage, where there's a lot of data, dark data, and they want to convert it to monetizable data that can be used in AI applications. So those are the four primary pipelines, and I would just add a fifth one, which is sovereign AI. What you see back here on the wall is our focus on sovereign AI, nation-scale AI, and making it really useful for states, city governments, federal governments, agencies to build out applications which are completely in their control, safe, and using responsible AI.
That was a really great answer. Thank you so much, Viru and Ashok. So speaking to our solution that we have created together here and to Sovereign AI, can you speak to how our M2M Edge AI devices and DDN's data intelligence layer works together with NVIDIA to form this solution, and how we can apply that to different industries with your experience?
Sure, I'll start and then you can add as needed. So think about the edge device as the critical device here because there's a lot of data input coming in from the field. Imagine thermal sensors for temperature. Imagine sensors that you need for movement and for object detection and for person detection or object like a car detection on a congested street. You'd like to know that. Safe or unsafe, you'd like to know that. So all of these are inputs coming in through the MIA Spark device, the edge hardware that M2M has provided, and all that data gets streamed in from there into what we call as the data unified data lake or the data processing layer, where we have Hyperpod as a solution created to put all of the compute, networking, and storage all put together, collecting the data, being the collector function, curating it, processing it, preparing it for inferencing workloads, and making it ready with the right metadata that we need. So these are all great inputs coming in, and we are using, by the way, NVIDIA technology, the RTX 6000 Pros as our GPUs, and essentially that leads up into improving models, existing models, training models in a better way, as well as adding new revenue generating applications or safety, public safety type of applications on top. So we are seeing that as a great pipeline of input coming in, all the dots connected in it then forms a good loop or a circle of improvement so that every AI application is a lot more accurate, more relevant, and more useful for us.
Thank you. And for those who are looking to add edge AI or physical AI into their company or into their factory, do you have any advice on the introduction that they can have on how to add and implement this solution into their current process?
Sure, let's start with what is an AI factory. And it's important to note that because it's not what everybody thinks. It's not just like a typical factory, where you put in electricity and power and something comes out, it's a product, right? It's not a finished product. It's tokens, it's intelligence, it's AI that has to be applied in different areas. So AI factory is a very well-oiled machine to process at scale, to make sure that efficiency is there, but at the same time relevancy is there and the product really performs the way you designed it for your enterprise or for your sovereign AI scenario. So something to keep in mind is that all of the GPUs are available to you, but you need to keep feeding it with data, good quality data. Otherwise it sits idle. Otherwise it wastes a lot of money, time, effort that everybody has put in. So an AI factory has to be a well-oiled machine in that sense, and the edge devices also need to communicate very effectively with the AI factory so that you can keep feeding it with more relevant data. So in my opinion, AI factories are the right motion to go for if you are ready to do your workloads in production scale, if you are ready to be serious about this, be responsible about the use of AI. You need a very well-structured, architected framework in which you can deploy these. The services that M2M provides helps achieve that, whether it's the AI application layer or it is the agentic AI layer or just the whole automation that's needed across the pipeline. So an AI factory is essentially as good as the humans that make it, and the way we design it, the way we implement it matters a lot. I think that's really critical in how we deal with AI factories today.
Yeah. So just to add to that, I also want you to little bit talk about the portable AI factory, what you guys demonstrated at GTC itself, because that's a pretty cool concept which we happen to be a part of, and we are very thankful for that opportunity itself. So at GTC, they did a portable AI factory, which I would let Viru to explain.
So we thought, where are the customers, what are they doing, and how do we take this AI factory concept to them? A lot of companies try to bring you to the data center and show a huge data center, and many people even get scared of that because they see the power and the size and scale, and they can't think about how to start the journey with AI Factory. So we created an AI Factory on wheels concept. It is a truck or a trailer in which you have all of the necessary components being showcased, from data processing, all the data pipelines that you can imagine and how it can be leveraged in, from the hardware components, how you can connect the networking layer to the storage, the compute to the networking to the storage, all of them connected together. And we partnered with NVIDIA and Supermicro in a big way. And then, guess what? We had to show the workloads, all the AI workloads, right? So that people can imagine what an AI factory can really do for them. So we added the physical AI layer there, the edge layer. That's where M2M came in with their amazing robotics displays, as well as AR, VR glasses and immersive experiences to show how you can train a robot with data, the right amount of training, right? Or show how applications can be built on top of it to maintain a data center. So an AI factory at the core is a data center, but it can do so much more. And that AI factory on wheels is now on a journey. We are taking it from San Jose, we took it to San Francisco, now to Boston, and then later on Dallas and other cities where it's relevant and where we can take it to the market and they can see and touch and feel and understand how an AI factory comes together. How do you simulate, design an AI factory, and then how do you take it into production and make it really practical and usable for them.
So on that note, when we talk about AI factory, there is a lot of talk about that in Canada as well. Like the AI sovereign factory, we recently heard TELUS is doing a lot of work surrounding that. So one thing which we also want to point out is we have done a lot of work surrounding the AI factory related twins, digital twin, having a software solution using which we can monitor, display key metrics to the operators, and all of that we have captured that as part of our Aura DC solution itself. So that's just something I just want to point it out. So over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So in saying that, I'm reviewing some questions that I have, but I was actually thinking as I was listening to you speak about what different sectors and industry this combined solution can apply to. What are some of the most popular industries or best use cases for this solution that we have?
Sure, absolutely. I think what comes to mind immediately when everybody thinks about factory is a manufacturing facility, right? So manufacturing is obviously a great industry or a domain where you can apply everything from IoT sensors to robotics to physical AI of all forms, edge computing connected to automated pipelines and AI workflows. Then you have financial services, another great one, because all the capital markets, the banking, all of these industries are really looking to apply AI in a very creative and better way to solve their problems, their specific problems. Then you think about agriculture. You guys are good at agri-tech, and agriculture or digital farming and smart farming. All of these are upcoming themes where we can apply it for the productivity improvement in the state, in the city, and allow the nation to grow. And then you can take it to healthcare, obviously, life sciences, healthcare, drug discovery, vaccine, creating new vaccines, or even predicting where the next big pandemic can happen and how you can prevent that. So a lot of preventive actions can be taken as well. And then finally, I would end up with all the typical applications that you see in the other enterprises, whether it's a telco or whether it's a retail enterprise, whether it is something to do with media and entertainment, sports, and there are so many fields that we can think where we can apply AI very effectively. They all need AI factory, maybe at different scale, but they need it so that they can be ready for the advent of the next age, the next era of AI factory or AI, right, revolution that's taking place today.
Yeah, so I agree with all what Viru told. So I can only see the passion of what are the different things which we can put together in terms of AI solutions when it comes to AI factory or when it comes to edge computing. Because for us, edge acts as a source of data, right? So yes, we deploy our hardware devices, but that's also a source of data. How we take that source of data, send it to DDN for the intelligent data processing, and then take it to the digital twin itself to make the model better and better over a period of time. So that's how we see this whole partnership going. So we are very grateful for this partnership as well.
Yeah, I'll add one more quick point. We have to think of being really productive in AI. We need to think about connecting the dots. If you work in isolation and just do one part here, one piece there, and it's not pre-integrated or connected in any way, you end up wasting a lot of time. So saving time is also critical in this. This is a race. Frankly, it's a race because your competitor is trying to build a better solution than you, or another government is trying to do things to improve the lives of their citizens, and we need to be ahead of the curve. We need to think about the benefit of AI to humanity and how it can amplify our skills and make us all with superpowers, right? Supermen or superwomen to go in and do something that we could never do before. So it's about survival at the end of the game, and we can use it for good. AI for good, AI for your own country to be the best in the field that they are.
That's a really great statement. And last question I'm thinking to ask is, with our solution and adding AI intelligence to companies, how have we been able to help companies increase their ROI, to help them bring in that revenue? And also with this solution, adding AI intelligence into your setting and into your industry, it is on the edge of innovation right now, as I would like to call it. So what is the biggest ROI that you see for companies with our combined solution here?
Oh yeah. So essentially, if you ask me, my point is like some of them has been already articulated by Viru as well. So we can bring in edge computing, edge inferencing where the application or the there is a necessity, right? So we don't need to bring in for the sake of bringing in. So there are sectors, there are technologies, there are scenarios where we can immensely benefit from edge computing, edge AI, right? So previously, the reason it was not possible was the GPU cost, the hardware cost, all of that was pretty high. So that's been continually democratized. So as we hit more and more scenarios where we can do latency specific or latency sensitive related cases where we can do on-prem, why not do it on-prem, right? So that would be my first question. And the other one is obviously the data security itself. So for defense related scenarios, they want to have all of them on-prem or not contacting the cloud, right? So for those type of setting, we are now able to do AI, private AI, sovereign AI, all of that is now possible thanks to some of these democratization of these costs happening, right? So that would be my first point to this. And then obviously you have to check scenario by scenario where this whole solution applies, right? So as you see fit, if you think edge computing, edge AI is something, so then comes edge data collection itself, right? So once the data is collected, how securely you can process that. So that's where we have our partner who is well known in the industry for doing the same. So they have a set of hardware plus server plus data processing related solutions which is provided by DDN, so which makes the data very secure, right? So once we have all of that, taking that back to the digital twin to make the model better and better. So this is the whole closed loop architecture we have been trying to work with, right? So I feel that the industry pipelines, what DDN talked about, can immensely benefit with this whole closed loop architecture, right? So.
Yeah, and DDN came from a lineage of high performance computing. So our products have always been used for supercomputing, for research, and those metrics were different. They were all about performance, speeds and feeds, as people call it. In today's day and age, in the enterprise field of AI, we need to think more about the ROI in terms of time savings. How much time is it going to save you if you did it the better way, right? And with that time, what can you do now? right? Not replacing people with machines, but think about those same people doing a better job or doing something higher, more strategic or more useful for the company. Then the same thing you can apply about the cost, right? Like, can you do it in a better way? In a total cost of ownership should be much lower, so the ROI will be higher. And you can think about the cost reduction or cost control as a very key aspect in differentiating from doing it elsewhere, in the cloud or hybrid. You can, if you have it fully controllable in your situation, you can get to ROI much quickly. And so cost is a big parameter. And then the last one, which I will emphasize, is the accuracy or the value of AI models themselves. The models are nothing without the data. If the data is not good quality enough, so the ROI can be gained if you have good quality data, and the ROI can be gained if you build AI applications which are really using that good quality data to make it even better or more useful and relevant to your customers. So in the end, what do we end up getting? The best experience for your end user, the best experience for your B2B customers or B2B2E customers or the citizens of the world, right? We give them the best experience and the best ROI comes to you automatically because of that. And that's the way to think about the new age of AI, that it's not only about spending money on training new models, but how to use it with inferencing models to make it better for everyone. That's when we get the ROI.
We focus today on AI intelligence solutions to be able to provide that for companies in different sectors, being able to understand how to add and implement physical AI to introduce it into your company, whether it's about increasing your ROI, helping to increase efficiency, or even understanding the data and helping that data work for you and your company. With this, I would like to thank Ashok from M2M Tech today and Viru from DDN to thank you so much both for joining this interview. I think that would be it for today, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Ashok. It's been a privilege to talk to you. Hope to continue this relationship.
Yeah, thanks Viru for coming down for this conference, being as our partner here. So that means a lot. We are able to talk combined solutions to a lot of different groups. So that's all looking good. So thanks for that. Thank you, Viru.